no breaks. Right, Darmond? Hey, y'all, listen, y'all, can we take a moment of silence, y'all? We actually, a guy in Six Figure Ambition who's here on this trip, 38 years old, had plans on coming to the meeting this morning, and he didn't make it. So we take a moment of silence for the brother. Thank you. All right, guys. So listen, man. Man, where do you go from there? That's just the reality, guys, of what we do and how critical it is. That you can be here today and be gone today. As a matter of fact, somebody had plans at 3 o'clock. They didn't make it to 3 o'clock. And this is a prime example, man, 38 years old, guys. So I want to get to it, guys, just about, how we got here and what it is that we do, guys, and doing what we do, guys. We're going to talk about a big base shop because All Gas, No Brakes do own the company record with $348,000 and 1 month production with 397 recruits, man. And you don't get that way without working, right? So we run a real 24-hour operation. We run a real 24-hour operation. I was thinking about distribution centers like Walmart and how Walmart, at least where I live at, they start shutting the doors at 12 o'clock. But Amazon came and you go out on Amazon 24 hours. So I said, if we're gonna build a distribution center, then we want to do this thing 24/7. Guys, when we came into Primerica, my wife and I, Lakeisha Edwards, guys, shout out to my queen. But when we came into Primerica, you all, back in 2019, the first experience that we had with the company was the death of my mother-in-law, which is my wife's mother. My wife's mother had a Primerica protection plan, and she died, and within 2 days, the debt claim was cut. And we were not agents, this is in 2018, but in 2 days, they cut the check to my wife's mother. When we got into the business, you all, Ronell Burns recruited us.
Right.
Listen, Ronell Burns recruited us, guys, on a kitchen table appointment. A friend of mine asked me to look into a training, to come watch a training presentation. And he came to my house, guys, and he sat down, and Ronell happens to be my wife's cousin. And when he sat down with us, guys, we had a 20-year term policy with State Farm. But the 20-year term policy that we had with State Farm, guys, we bought it on price, but we were losing on the value. Does this make sense? We had a 20-year term product that had no renewal options. We was paying $21 a month, and we was farly underprotected. Ronell showed us a concept called the dime. And Mika just spoke when I told Gary, I said, man, they put me behind Mika Saunders, and she just telling everything that I was gonna tell, right? So we gonna kind of back up some of the stuff that Mika said, guys. But we looked at the dime concept, and we were grossly unprotected. We were grossly unprotected. We had $250,000 worth of life insurance with 4 children, a mortgage, and cars that wasn't paid off. And he showed us a dime concept. And he asked me at the end of the dime, he said, what on here can your family do without? At that point, I dropped my head. And I said, man, we need everything on here. We need everything on here. And we need everything on here and some. So he replaced the 20-year term policy, guys, because we bought it on value. We went from paying $21 a month to over $280 a month for the family. And he showed me a notification that went off, and he said, this is what I just made. The notification said $1,500. Come on. I found out later that he showed me premium.
I love him. Right there to go. Right there to go.
This is what I just made from talking to you. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, my wife had been telling me, she said, you need to connect with my cousin. Now, we own a litigation support company. We was making $350,000 a year in St. Louis. That's good money, right? Especially when you grew up on every form of government assistance. You're making $350,000 a year. That's pretty good money. So he showed me this notification of $1,500. He wrote the application in 8 to 10 minutes. And I said, man, if you can do it with this brown suit with the cuffs, I definitely can do it. Right? So he said, he told me this. He said, man, listen, he said, it costed me $124 to pick up this testimony.
Wow.
So I called my wife, I said, come see what I just saw. My mom in the kitchen, she's washing dishes. I said, come see what I just saw. I told my wife, I said, call all your sisters and tell them to come see, because I found out, guys, that the least you say, the more you'll get. Because sometimes, guys, when we get in the bed, we get so excited that we start talking too much, right? We start talking too much instead of just saying, come see what I just saw. So I brought them to the guy who showed me $1,500 in 8 to 10 minutes. Wow. And my mom sat down at the table and I said, show him what you showed me. He showed her what she showed me. My mama joins me in business. My mother, my sister-in-law joins me in business. My wife joins me in business, guys. So in our system, it requires a 3x3 to get to a district leader contract. We go district in an hour. And I said, we can go district leader in an hour by protecting myself, my wife, and my sister and my mother, then maybe I could take somebody else to protect their wife, their sister, their mother, and their brother, and they can go district in an hour by seeing what we saw. See, I started showing notifications. I said, look at what I just made. I think this is a copycat business. You just gotta make sure you copy the right cat. So he showed me the notification. I said, when I get licensed, right? Because some people get in, they say, hey, I want to be an insurance agent, but they never gonna take the test. So we join the business on a Tuesday. We go to class Saturday and Sunday. Yes, it's our kid's birthday, but we moved the birthday party to the following weekend because we want to be able to go party every weekend, right? So we go to class Saturday and Sunday. We're licensed the following Tuesday, and now I can show people that I made $1,500 in 8 to 10 minutes. So my mother was excited. My sister-in-law was excited. My brothers was excited, but they didn't get me, right, where I was going. See, they're not a part of what we're doing right now. Oh, wow. My mother has an IBA with a life license because we said we were building a family business. My brother, who lived in the same household that I lived in, who shared the same bathtub that I shared, who slept on the same bunk bed that I slept on, he ain't in the business. Because many were called, but few were chosen. See, your best friend, my best friend joined another organization. My best friend now is working full-time at AT&T. My best friend is dictated by the hour over the year. Primerica, guys, on life insurance alone, we've been here to be 4 years. We've been here 45 months. And in 45 months, this company's paid us $2,273,000 in 45 months. Selling life insurance. Come on. But building distribution, guys, we make $800,000 a year as an RVP with one RVP.
That's deep right there. Yeah.
Because it don't take long when you understand that this is not a business of distributing, it's a business of building distribution. Right. I was talking to a good friend of mine named Prince Copeland. And Prince told me, he said, he sat down, said, you gotta get nuggets from guys, that's great. He sat down, we was in a lobby, we having a lobby conversation. For those of you who ought to go to bed, we been in a lobby talking. That's right.
I was there.
Right? We been in a lobby, so he said, man, he said, I went to my grandma, I went to my grandma's house and I told my auntie, show me my grandmama policy. He ain't heard about what you feeling, the matriarch of the family, everybody who got all the knowledge. He say, show me my grandmama, because somebody grandmama still got a reliable life insurance policy. Somebody grandmama still got 2,000. Say, Mika, y'all did better than we did. My grandma got a check for $617,000. $617. But my mother-in-law got a check for $50,000. On a term policy from Primerica, he said, show me my grandmama policy. And when he looked at his grandmama policy as an educator, he's a student of the game, he's able to now replace the policy that his grandma, somebody still out here lying, somebody out here, like she said, somebody out here ain't protected. Somebody out here, mama ain't protected. Somebody out here, significant other, still got State Farm. And when you take a look at his grandmother policy, now I have a conversation with the grandmother who has the influence. Man, I will recruit my grandmama. Right. I would tell my grandma, hey, go tell your sons and daughters that what I'm doing is right.
Right.
Because I trust what it is that I'm doing.
That's right.
But I don't get, right now I don't get, right now I don't get my mama if he don't give me an opportunity. See, this is distribution. After he showed me the life insurance, after he sold me the life insurance policy, guys, he showed me the paycheck. I joined the business because of the $1,500. 1,500 got me here. And then I edified my upline and said, this dude make $1,500 in 10 minutes.
Wow.
Until I got licensed, guys, I borrowed a testimony until I made my own.
Ah! You better.
Guys, everybody here got their own book. I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man, because people get discouraged because people quit, right? Building a big base shop, we did $397 by $348,000 in 1 month, guys. The company paid us $153,000 that month as an RVP. Because life ain't about where you start, it's how you gonna finish. Remember, when I was a kid, I was scared of water. There's a park in St. Louis called Wet Willie's.
Right.
And my mama took me to Wet Willie's, guys, as a kid. And then in Wet Willie's, there's long slides. They got all twist and turn, and they got all these lime colors, like lime yellow and lime orange and lime green and lime blue, whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
And I get in this slide. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm young. I get in this slide, and I'm going down the slide. And in the midst of the slide, guys, I'm getting turned every which way. It flipped me upside down. I went backwards, then I went back forward. And as I got further down the slide, it speeds up. And at the end of the slide, it was a pool. Now, I'm scared of water. I was the kid who went in the shower and put the water on my hand and threw it on my back. But it's a pool at the end of the slide. And when I get to the pool, guys, I go into the pool and it splashes and I go underwater and I'm panicking. I'm panicking underwater, and my mama on the other side of the pool, she said, boy, just stand up.
Because Red Willie's is a little.
And when I stood up, guys, I found out that my problem wasn't as big as my stand, guys. Somebody better stand up and what you want.